Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about personal trainers who do kind of absurd stuff that really isn't doing their people justice. And I'm sorry I'm losing my voice a little bit today. I've got a little bit of congestion, so let me put on my +5 out of weaponsmithing. Work on skilling up my crafting a little bit, and let's talk about this. Alright, some of the things that I see personal trainers out there do, it makes me question how much they actually know about training, other than stuff they've read in magazines. Oftentimes they're picked up in gym culture, or just weirder things that they do. A lot of this stability training. Yeah, I know we see the jokes of the people squatting on a Bosu ball, but that's not the only stuff we see them doing on Bosu balls. I can give you guys some other examples. And what I mean is they're trying to train them for stability, but they're not training them for anything useful in the real world. But here's some perfect examples. How about when they have them do seated overhead presses with dumbbells? Anyone ever seen that? Now the question I would ask, in what world do they think a load-bearing exercise in which you're sitting on something bouncy is a good idea? If these people ever get reasonably strong, think about that from a compressive force perspective of just putting that extra bounce on the lower back with them sitting on a ball. The potential for back injury on that is actually higher than with a lot of standing exercises. They're not helping them in any way, or they have them doing crunches sitting on the Bosu ball. Again, what is the point that they think they're going to glean from this? Meaning, what possible benefit could there be to doing these exercises on a ball? And they're like, well, it's for stability. And it's like, because what? People are going to be running in a big bouncy house? They're going to be squatting or sitting down overhead pressing in a chair in the middle of an earthquake? I mean, where's the actual function to this? Because I can tell you what you're doing, and you're putting people on these balls, you're putting them on an unstable platform. Well, people don't exercise. They don't do anything in the real world on unstable platforms. If you're on an unstable platform, you try to get to a stable platform as quickly as possible. That's what you do, right? That's what every single person does. If you're on any sort of big shifting or bouncing platform, you try to get off of it. You don't compete in a sport on that. You don't run on that. You don't lift objects on that. I mean, what scenario is this going to help them in the real world? You know what's going to build stabilizers in someone? Doing standing free weight exercises. When you think about it, is there anything out there that could possibly build the same stabilizers you get from doing standing exercises on your feet? Stop and think about the fact that you get stronger faster. Meaning, if you were to squat, say, on the ground, you're going to easily be able to squat twice the weight or 3 times the weight fairly quickly that you could standing on a ball. We're using the ball as the worst example there, the squat. Don't you build more stabilizers by getting stronger on a big standing exercise? The stabilizers you have to build to utilize that and do that through a full range of motion, that's going to build stabilizers in your core and everything else up tremendously. What about standing presses? Think about that in terms of stability. How much more stability is a standing press going to give than sitting down on a ball? Standing exercises, deadlifts, overhead pressing, rows, squats, all while standing. That's what builds all the stabilizers through the body. If you want to get someone into shape who has weak stabilizers, have them do those things. That's going to build all of that stuff up. That's going to build all that stuff up a lot more. It's going to build it a lot more. Yet they continue to do stuff like this with silly stability balls, as if they're going to do anything for their clients. And I think some of that is they're scared to teach their clients too much of the basics because they won't need them anymore. Same thing, they have them do excessive amounts of core work and work to step up and everything else, and mobility work. I can understand needing to spend a lot of time on someone's core in their first couple weeks training, right? A new client, someone who's completely out of shape, sedentary, maybe getting older, muscles atrophying, doing things like those step-ups onto steppers, onto benches, things like that, particularly with weights. Okay, that can help improve their hip mobility and things. That can help improve those things. Yeah, they probably have a weak core from sitting too much. They probably do. How long does it take to strengthen someone's core? 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Once you've done that stuff and you increase their base mobility, most of their work should be focused upon strength training and conditioning work. So why do any of these people have clients continue to do this stuff as primary exercises at the start of a session sometimes, even all these step-ups and things like that? And I've seen personal trainers doing this in gyms. Why are you having them do this as primary exercises once you've developed enough mobility for them to squat? Why are you continuing to have them do tons of core work instead of just doing maybe one set for their core? Once you've built their core and their lower back and spinal erectors and everything up enough for them to do squats, standing presses, deadlifts, things like that, once they're strong enough to do this stuff and progress on it, why do you need to put a large focus on core work after that? They're now mobile enough and have strong enough core to do all these things. That needs to be the primary focus. It needs to be the primary focus if you want these people to continue to get into shape and improve. Yeah, you'll see trainers doing this. Same thing, they'll be putting them on machines. All right, I can understand, again, some basic strength training for people who lack some mobility. They lack a strong core. They lack strong spinal erectors and lower back. Putting them on machines in the meantime to get some basic resistance training in. After you've worked with them for 3 or 4 weeks to build all those things up, why are you putting them on machines at all? Because the gym has them? Because they're trendy? Because the gym invested in them? Or because you care about your clients? If you care about your clients and really giving them the most bang for their buck, you'd be putting them under a barbell. You'd be putting them under a barbell. Have them do some GPP work, general physical preparedness for those unfamiliar with that, which usually involves moving around big objects. GPP is, again, stuff like sled drags, barbell complexes, walking carries of different types. General physical preparedness. All right, yeah, GPP work along with free weight exercises, mostly standing. That's what's going to get the average person in shape. We're not talking about bodybuilder in shape. We're talking about getting people in shape who are completely sedentary with destroyed bodies, atrophied muscles, all sorts of problems. This is how you get them there. A combination of free weight exercises, preferably ones that use the full body, combined with general physical preparedness. That will get them there faster than anything else. Then the other worst one, and I know someone actually unfriended me for this, who I know in real life, body part splits. Because bodybuilders and stuff do body part splits and it's bro culture in the gym, you see personal trainers who are giving people a leg day, a chest day, a back day, an arm and shoulder day. Yeah, I know some personal trainers who actually do this for people who are just trying to get into shape. Instead of saying, hey, maybe I should have them do squatting and overhead pressing every time they're in the gym, maybe some deadlifting once or twice a week. No, they're breaking them up into bro splits, into body part splits, just like these bodybuilders do. And the thing is, some of these trainers who I know, and I'm not going to name names, I've known some who are actually very, very weak themselves and underdeveloped who are doing these body part splits also. Why? What possible benefit do you think they're going to get from this? Because a bunch of bodybuilders on tons of gear do it? Why aren't you in there training these people, having them train their full body every time they're in the gym? That's going to give them the best metabolic rate. It's going to give them the best muscle growth. It's going to give them the fastest body recomposition. But they're in there having them do a chest day, and it'll be doing little bitty light dumbbell presses, then going to a machine for some chest presses, a hammer strength machine, then some cable flies, and then some step-ups afterwards. That's their chest day. Then a leg day, they might have them do some half squats, then go throw them on a leg press, then leg extensions, leg curls. Again, horrifically bad exercises for completely drug-free, out-of-shape people who need to recomposition their body quickly in order to help reverse things like metabolic syndrome, diabetes, things like that. Get them doing standing barbell and dumbbell exercises every time they're in the gym. Full body exercises combined with GPP work. That's how you get these people into shape. That's it. It's that simple. But again, that's too simple And I guess these people think that over time they would lose clients if they put them on something that's simple because they won't need them anymore. After a month or two, they'll probably know everything they need to know to get themselves into better and better shape after that. And maybe that's the big concern. Or it's just that a lot of personal trainers are actually far more ignorant than they make themselves out to be. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.